Hey there nation, and welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander Cheapskate, and welcome to the Way of the Underhive, your ultimate guide to Games Workshop's gritty and immersive skirmish game Necromunda. Whether you're brand new to the dark depths of Hive Primus or a veteran looking to sharpen your skills, this series is your go-to resource for mastering all aspects of the game. From gang warfare to campaign strategies, we got you covered. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about playing a Beastmen Venator gang for your games of Necromunda set in the year 2025. So with the whole Bone Dry and Broke supplement being released on Warhammer community webpage, there's a new update for the way Venator gangs have been operating and how you can go about making them and the different fighters you can take in those gangs. And I've actually made several videos about this already. I've made a video about the newly updated Venator gang where I gave you a gang that was made up of both beastmen, ratlings, ogrins, as well as humans. I've also made a video about ogrins, pure ogrin Venator gang, and now today's episode we're talking about playing a Beastmen Venator gang as well. And then this video will give you a detailed guide how to get started with your Necromunda for perfect for beginners. We'll also give you an in-depth breakdown of our gang's mechanics, rules, as well as its tactics. We'll also give you some information about managing campaign territories as well as your resources, and we'll also give you some information on tips on building and customizing this gang as you go through the campaign. And because this video will be a little bit more of a deeper dive, I will put timestamps in the description box down below so that way you can click and navigate to the part of the video that interests you the most. So that being said, let's talk about playing a gang of Beastmen bounty hunters in the Underhives of Necromunda. So right off the bat, I just want to let you know this is an entirely purely Beastmen Venator gang, so every single fighter will be a Beastman using the new Bone Dry and Broke rules that came out for Venator gangs. Just to let you guys know, this is an extremely aggressive close quarters battle gang. So if you're kind of skittish about getting into close combat with your opponents or fighting within close range, I know a lot of players are kind of uncomfortable with that whole close combat aspect of it, but if you're kind of skittish, this gang may not be for you because this one's all about getting in your face, getting in close combat, getting within shooting distance of your short-range weapons, all of that kind of stuff as well. At the same time, just be aware that the weapons and war gear are kind of basic in this gang, so there's anything mind-blowing or super high-tech about this, but that's perfectly fine though because using really basic equipment kind of plays to the strengths of the Beastmen. We're really relying upon the Beastmen's characteristics as well as their special rules to really give this gang an edge, and because the fighters are kind of expensive, we had to go a little bit basic with the weaponry, but it's still very effective, and I think the list I put together will really help you out to do that. And because I had such a good feedback on my previous videos on making Venator gang lists, I've actually decided to take exactly the same kind of format in creating the list throughout this video. I will present you guys a 1,000 credit starting roster that you can use for your Underhells campaign or in the Underhive or in the Ash Waste if you want to. I also have an additional 400 credits that I attach to this, so that way it has vehicles attached, so in case you want to go with the Ash Waste or if you want to go to the Underhells. And then finally I have a 2,400 credit roster for those of you guys who want to go the Aranthian Succession. And I've also included information about alliances that you can take with this gang as well. So that being said, let's get it rolling. Alright, so the very first roster is your Beastmen Venator gang. It is your starting roster rated at 1,000 credits, and this is a perfect credit roster to use for your campaign set in the Underhive, in the Ash Waste, or in the Underhells of Hive Secundus. I give you a basic 1,000 point list. I also add 400 point addendums for vehicles for both the Ash Waste as well as the Underhells. So let's go ahead and talk about exactly what this gang will consist of. So this gang is called the Felgor Ravagers. They are based on the miniatures from the Felgor Ravagers Kill Team box set that is available for players if they want to do that. At the same time though, you could use whatever Beastmen miniatures or any kind of miniatures that you want to create these guys. I just use the Felgor Ravagers as a source of inspiration for this. Now like I said before, this is an all Beastmen Venator gang. At the same time, it is a 1,000 credit list, and when it comes to our skills, we have to pick 4 skills to represent the pool of abilities that the Venators can actually take from. What you do is you actually rate your skills number 1 through 4, with your first, second choices being primary skills for your leader, followed by leadership, as well as the brawn and agility being your secondaries. For your champion, skills 1, 2, and 3 are your primaries, with leadership being secondary as well as agility being secondary. And then lastly, ferocity and combat would be the primary skills for the rest of your fighters, with brawn and agility being their secondary. The reason why I decided to go with ferocity, combat, brawn, and agility is because it very much matches the attitudes and the persona of Beastmen. They're known to be very aggressive, also very fierce, also incredibly strong and resilient. So in order to represent that, I chose these skills in order to represent that. I think ferocity would be their number 1 choice because, you know, being able to shrug off wounds with nerves of steel, berserker charge, these are things that are very much a Beastman's repertoire. Combat, obviously, because we're going to exploit their high strength and toughness as well as their close combat capabilities. We're also got brawn in there as well for some interesting high strength attacks, things like bulging biceps, for example. And then last we have agility, so that way you can move rapidly across the battlefield if you want to. And so because this gang is a little bit more of a narrative base, I've actually given names for all the fighters as well. So first off, we have your leader, Ashor Warhook. He is a Beastman Hunt leader. He's got 200 credits. He's gonna have mesh armor for that 5 armor save, as well as an auto pistol for a shooting attack, as well as a chain sword. Now the reason why we're giving them auto pistols as well as a chain sword is so that way later on you can upgrade your close combat weapons with maybe some man stopper rounds for your auto pistols. That way you can have a strength 4 shooting attacks, both in close combat as well as short range shooting. Chain sword, obviously, really good close combat weapon, allows you to parry as well, gives you +1 hit as well. This character also has the Feral Warrior special rule, which means if he gets any flesh wounds, he increases his attack characteristics. He's also got Friends On conditioning as well, so that way he never has to suffer from the adverse effects of using Friends On. And we gave this guy the Iron Will skill. And the reason why we took this from the leadership tree is because you don't have very many fighters in this gang. In fact, you only have 7 in this gang, so the moment you lose one guy, you're going to automatically start taking bottle tests. So we gave the Iron Will skill in order to help kind of balance that out. After that, we have Odra's Black Scar, who's your Beastman champion. He's going to cost you 160 credits. This guy's got mesh armor as well for that 5 armor save. He's also packing a Servo Claw because it's a wonderful close combat weapon, as well as an auto pistol for a backup weapon. He's also got Feral Warrior's special rule, Friends On conditioning, and we gave him the Berserker skill from the Ferocity skill tree. So that when he charges in close combat, he's got additional attack that he can exploit against his enemies. Your second champion is a character named Rotting Melara, and he is actually a Beastman champion as well at 175 credits. He's got mesh armor for a 5 armor save, as well as an auto pistol for a shooting attack. We also gave this guy choke gas grenades as well, and the reason why is because that way you have a nice 3-inch blast template that could also take enemies out of action if you manage to get past their toughness with toxin attacks. He's also got the Feral Warrior special rule, as well as Friends On conditioning, as well as Nerves of Steel skill, because your opponents will be shooting at this guy quite a bit because they want to get rid of those choke gas grenades. So if as long as he passes cool test, he can escape pinning, which is absolutely fantastic. Then we gotta start going into your hunters. We have Gorthux the Deathblade. He's a Beastman hunter at 105 credits. He's packing mesh armor for 5 armor save, as well as an auto pistol. He has a basic sword. These guys are already strength 4 already, so he's gonna be able to handle most people. He's also got parry on that sword as well to make it a little bit more survivable. We also got him Feral Warriors as well as Friends On conditioning as well for his special rules, and the auto pistol obviously because that way you can upgrade it later on with manstopper rounds. Up next is Ravos Stonehorn. He is another Beastman Hunter at 95 credits. He's got mesh armor as well as auto pistol. That way you can upgrade manstopper rounds later on. He's also got an axe, which gives him +1 to his strength in close combat. And also a chance to disarm too, so this guy will be striking at strength 5. He's also got the Feral Warriors as well as Friends On conditioning special rules. And then we have the Ashenborn, which is another Beastman Hunter at 105 credits. He's got mesh armor as well as an auto pistol. And he's also packing whips, so that way you got that 3-inch versatile attack as well. At strength 4, it could be quite devastating. He's also got the Feral Warriors as well as the Friends On conditioning special rule. And one of our last fighters, of course, is Vorol the Shadow Brood. He is another Beastman Hunter, and he costs 110 credits. Now, this character's got a mesh armor, as well as a humble stub gun, and the reason why is because I ran out of credits, so that's all I could really afford for this character. And the reason why is because we're giving this character a Friends On collar, so that way we can take full advantage of that ability. What that basically means now is that he will always be packing Friends On his situation, so he'll have things like Unstoppable, he'll have Berserker, he will also have Nerves of Steel skills attached to him already, and he will not suffer any negative effects because of his Friends On conditioning special rule. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't afford to give this guy any close combat weapons, so unfortunately you got to rely on your bare fists for now until you actually upgrade this guy. But you know, that just sounds like a very much a Beastman thing would do, you know? Just get some guy hyped up on super steroids, just let him go run loose and beat people up with his bare fists until, of course, you can upgrade his weapon later on. And the very last member of your gang, of course, is going to be a Rogue Dog. This is the Skeins of Blood. He is a Rogue Dog who costs 50 credits. He's got a last pistol as well as Medicae kit, Medicae, as well as the patch-up special rule. And the reason why you want this is in case any one of your fighters suffers a critical injury. That way they can make a medical escort mission without having to pay credits for your fighters. So you should always be your very first choice whenever you make a gang as a Rogue Dog, because that hang-around could literally save lives for your gang. So that makes it the basic 1,000 credit list if you want to go to the Underhive. Now, if you're interested in going out to the Ash Waste or into the Underhells, you will have to bring about 400 credits with the vehicles or mounted fighters with you. So this is my addition for Ash Waste gangs, or if you want to play in the Underhells campaign, but you decide to take the Malstring Allegiance. Because if you decide to go with the Malstring Allegiance, you get 400 credits worth of vehicles or mounted fighters. So this would be your 4 additional credits. First of all, you have the Grady Scora, which is going to be a Scum Racer. It's going to cost you 400 credits. This Scum Racer is going to be packing a custom rig as well as a heavy stubber on that custom rig, so a wonderful strength 4 heavy weapon, as well as a small transport cage to protect your fighters as you travel across the wastelands. It's also got tire claws to increase the handling on this vehicle, as well as an engine shell, just in case you take a first non-glancing hit to your engine, you can actually treat it as a glancing hit instead. And this is the 400 credit vehicle that you'll be using for your Ash Waste as well as Underhells campaigns. Now, in addition to that, if you decide to actually go into the Underhells and decide to be an Archaeotech Hunter, you actually get access to Abyssal Ferryman team. So I decided to create one for you, a custom one for you, so that way you can use this for your gang as well. This is going to be a Survivor archetype Abyssal Ferryman team, and the reason why is to go that way, if you do suffer another medical escort mission type situation, you could actually use the Survivor Enclave to do that. So now in combination with Rogue Doc, you now have 2 chances to save fighters who receive critical injuries. Your Ferryman skipper is going to be called Bolak the Blackgrave. He's going to be your Ferryman skipper. He's got a 4-inch wound allowance, 4+ weapon skill, 3+ ballistic skill, 3 strength, 4 toughness, 2 wounds, 3 initiative, 2 attacks, 7 leadership, 6 cool, 7 willpower, and 5 intelligence. He's going to be packing mesh armor for a 5 armor save, as well as an armor undersuit to upgrade that to a 4-up armor save. And we're giving this guy a Cutthroat long rifle because that way he's got that 3-up ballistic skill, strength 4 shooting attack. At the same time, he also got the close combat attacks for it as well, so it's a good balance between both. He's got photo goggles seeing all visibility conditions, as well as a respirator so that we can survive toxin attacks, gas attacks. He's also got a grapnel launcher up and move across the battlefield quickly as well as vertically, and a drop rig, so that way as he's on the top sniping at people, he can quickly rappel down and get on the ground. And we also give this guy the fast shot skill so that we can fire twice with that Cutthroat long rifle. Our next character is Thunderhead Malos, who's going to be a Ferryman rig hand. We're giving this guy the squat characteristics with 3-inch wound allowance, 4+ weapon skill and ballistic skill, 4 strength and toughness, 2 wounds, 5 initiative, 2 attacks, 8 leadership, 5 cool, 6 willpower, 7 intelligence. This guy's also got flak armor. He's also packing a long rifle with infrasight so that he can shoot at long distances and take away partial cover, as well as shooting all visibility conditions. He's also got a stub gun with dumbed down rounds for additional strength 4 shooting attack, as well as a back weapon, and once again giving this guy fast shots so that way he can shoot twice. The reason why we decided to equip your Ferryman skipper and your rig hand this way is because your gang is really lacking in any long range shooting. It's primarily within pistol range, so we decided to give these guys long range shooting so that way you can do that in the Underhells campaign. And then finally we have Umpa the Dream Pelt. He's a Ferryman steersman. He's got a stub gun. He's also got the fast shot skill as well. He's also driving a custom rig that's got track locomotion as well as a crash cage, escape hatches, small transport cage, redundant drive system, tire claws, nitro burners, and as for the weapon on this one, we're giving a grenade launcher with frag and crack grenades. The nice thing about this vehicle is that the track locomotion will deal with any kind of dangerous terrain or impassable terrain you might have to come across with your vehicle. The crash cage and escape hatches are great for protecting your vehicle crew as well as your passengers on board. Same thing with the small transport cage to protect your fighters as you're going across the wasteland. The redundant drive system is also really great in order to protect your drive system in case you take a non-glancing hit to your drive system. We gave it a tire clause to increase its handling characteristics as well as a nitro burner to bring it back up to its normal speed allowance because it is tracked, and the grenade launcher with frag and crack grenades, which is a wonderful addition to the long range shooting elements that you can use in this gang. Alright, so the next list, of course, is a 2,400 credit Aranthian Secession list. This is for those of you guys who wish to go to the Aranthian Secession. Once again, we're still using our Beastmen Venator gang with Ferocity, Combat, Brawn, and Agility for our skills. And pretty much we just took the 1,000 list that we created as a base and we simply just expanded upon it to give these guys a lot more weapons, equipment, and abilities to survive on the tabletop as well. Also, at the end of this video, I also talk about what alliance you should take if you decide to use an alliance mechanic for this gang. So once again, Ashtor Warhook, our Star Beastman leader, but this time now he costs 255 credits because we're giving this guy mesh armor. We're upgrading his auto pistol with man-stopper rounds. He's also got a chain sword still, but we're giving him frag grenades because that's something that says better than insulting than throwing some frag grenades before you commit to your enemy. We're giving him a respirator as well to protect him against gas and toxin attacks, just in case your opponents decide to use those against him. He's also got the Feral Warriors as well as Friends on Conditioning, and this time on his skill we changed it from Iron Will to Commanding Presence. And the reason why we did this that way he has larger group activations because you have the full amount of fighters with 10 fighters in this gang, so bottle tests will not be as much challenging as they were before. Now once again, Odris Blackscar, the Beastman champion, also comes back on this list as well, but he costs 215 credits this time. He's got mesh armor as well as a servo claw, but we're upgrading his auto pistol with man-stopper rounds, and we're also giving him frag grenades as well as a respirator. He still has the Feral Warriors as well as Friends on Conditioning special rules, and he's also got the Berserker skill still, so that he gets one additional attack when he charges. Rotting Meloro also makes an appearance again. That's your second Beastman champion, costing 210 credits. He's got mesh armor, and we're giving him auto pistol this time, but we're also giving him a sword, so that way he can protect himself in close combat. He still has his choke cast grenades, and he still has his respirator, but we also gave him the Feral Warriors, Friends on Conditioning, and Nerves of Steel skills. So he's still pretty much the same. We just pretty much gave him a sword to protect himself. Then we have, of course, another character. His name is Sharal Stonecrow. He is another Beastman champion. This time he's a new addition to your gang. Now, Sharal Stormcrow is going to cost you 200 credits. credits. He's got mesh armor as well as an auto pistol. He's also packing a shock stave for close combat. He's also got a respirator to deal with any of that troublesome gas attacks that might be coming his way. But we're giving this character a psyker upgrade. Specifically, we're focusing on biomancy discipline. So that way you have fast healing, so that we can take care of flesh wounds, as well as stop bleeding, so that way you can also take care of flesh wounds or heal wounds for your fighters. Now obviously the flesh wound thing, that could potentially be up to you whether you want to heal that or not. The reason why is because yes, the flesh wounds do make your beastmen weaker and easier to wound, but it also gives them more attacks. So it's pretty much up to you how you want to handle that. I kind of did this as an option, so that way if you didn't want to lose too many flesh wounds, you can keep your fighters around if you want to, or wounds for that matter. Or you could of course just not worry about that and still keep on fighting. But either way, the option is yours to actually use it however you want to. And then once again, this guy's also got the feral warriors as well as the friends on conditioning skills. And because we're in the Aranthian Succession, we can have up to 4 champions in our gang. So this is our character, the Bitter Ripper, who is another Beastman champ. He's costed 255 credits. This guy's got mesh armor for fire armor save, but we also gave him an armor suit to make him a 4-up armor save on top of that. The reason why is because this guy's going to be focusing a lot on close combat. He's got an auto pistol for a shooting attack as well as a chain glaive, and we gave this guy a Friends on collar as well. So that way he's also got those beautiful frosty skills of Berserker. He's also got Unstoppable, True Grit. He's also got Nerves of Steel as well, because your opponent's going to shoot at this guy because of that chain glaive he's packing. He's also got a respirator to deal with gas attacks. He's also got feral warriors as well as friends on conditioning, which is going to be great because he's got a friends on collar. And we gave this guy the bulging bicep skill from the bronze tree, so that way he can use his chain glaive as well as his auto pistol in close combat. My suggestion for you for this character is actually to get this guy a chain sword or a chain axe as quickly as possible, so that way you can use both the chain glaive and his chain sword or axe in close combat. It's another additional high strength attack. You got the versatile attacks from the chain glaive. The reason why I say go with a chain axe or a chain sword is so that we also get parry as well to make this guy a little bit more survival in close combat. Also highly recommend giving this guy an auto pistol with man stopper rounds as soon as possible. And then of course we start going to our hunters now. We have Gothux the Deathblade. He makes an appearance again. This time he's a Beastmen Venator, costs 160 credits this time. Still packing mesh armor, auto pistol, but this time we upgrade the man stopper rounds. We also has a sword still, but we also give him frag grenades as well as a respirator, so that way he can survive against gas attacks and a lot of frag grenades. This guy still has the feral warriors and the friends on conditioning skills. Ravo Stormhorn makes a return, but this time he costs 150 credits for this character. Still packing mesh armor, but we upgrade his auto pistol man stopper rounds. He still has his axe. Also get upgraded with frag grenades as well as a respirator. And we also has the feral warriors and friends on conditioning special rules. And the Ashenborn also makes another return, at this time at 155 credits. Once again, still has mesh armor, auto pistol with man stopper rounds this time around, as well as his whip. Also give him frag grenades, has respirator, as well as feral warriors, as well as friends on conditioning special rules. We've also added a new hunter to this gang named Red Carnouche is his name. He's also another Beastman hunter costing 180 credits this time. He's got mesh armor as well as an armored armor suit, giving him a 4-up armor save. He's also got a flail as well as a scrap shield. So his armor save actually goes into a 3-up armor when he gets actually attacked in close combat. He's also got a flail because those things are amazing. He's got a respirator in order to protect himself against gas attacks, and we gave this guy a friends on collar as well. So that way he gets all those wonderful ferocity skills on top of the ones he already has. He's got feral warriors as well as the friends on conditioning skills, so he's going to be awesome at close combat, just being a blender at your enemies. And Varol the Shadow Brutes makes a return this time, costing 175 credits this time. We'll give him mesh armor as well as an armor suit to order increase his armor save up to 4, and this time we're giving him paired fighting knives. And the reason why we're doing that is so that way he gets additional attack in close combat and also gets someone from the back. At the same time, he's also quite deadly as well. And the reason why is because we're giving him a friends on collar as well, so that way he has all those beautiful ferocity skills in addition to his normal special rules with feral warriors as well as friends on conditioning. And we're also giving a respirator just in case anybody tries to come at him with some gas attacks. And that pretty much makes up your hunters for this one. For your hanger-ons, the Skeins of Blood also makes a return again, so this is also your Rogue Dogs, costing you 50 credits. Got Last Pistol Medicae, Kit Medicae, skill, as well as the Patch-Up special rule. And once again, for your vehicle, because it's a Aranthian Succession, you get up to 400 credits for vehicles. We have the Greedy Scoria, once again, it's a Scum Racer costing you 400 credits. He's packed a custom red with a heavy stubber, small transport cage, tire claws, as well as an engine shell. And that makes up your Aranthian Succession gang. Lastly, we're going to talk about real quick is what alliance you should make for your gang if you decide to use alliances on this one. The one I would recommend is taking a Merchant Guild alliance with the Water Guild. And the reason why is because the Water Guild actually helps Venators to capture enemies and also sell them from bounties, which is exactly what a Venator gang does. So you'll get the Nautican Siphoning Delegation, who's led by Og Mendazar, who is a Master Nautican. He's your guild procurator. He's got mesh armor, needle pistol, stiletto knife, bio booster, stim slug stash, step aside, as well as the overseer skill. So this guy's got some really great toxin close combat attacks, but mainly you want to use them for that overseer ability, especially if you pair them up with your Subnauticon. After that, you have Karia Dularal. She's your Siphonite for your gang. She's your guild factotum. She's also packing mesh armor for 5 armor save, a needle rifle, another great toxin attack, same thing with Stellar Knife. She's also got a cult icon for larger group activations, as well as a dodge skill, because you never know when you might need that 6-up ward save. Also, the member of your delegation is Temperance Vandersteer. He is a Subnauticon. He's also the bodyguard. He's got a hazard suit as well as an armored undersuit for that 5-up armor save. Also immune to blaze as well as toxin and gas attacks. He's also got open fists as well. He's also got the berserker skill, so that he gets plus additional attack in close combat. This is basically your Ogren level fighter. This guy absolutely destructive. My suggestion to you is actually have him paired with Augmentazar, your Master Nauticon, and spam that overseer ability so that way Temperance Vandersteer can activate twice and cause a lot of problems. You also get a Slopper in this gang too as part of your alliance benefits. So that character's name is Fatty Bogan. He's a Slopper with a fighting knife as well as the Grub's up skill, so that we have a 1 in 6 chance of having a guy escape recovery, which is kind of nice. Also, as part of your alliance, you do have the water harvest skill, which allows you to actually help you capture people, as well as something with pure water supply, giving you that Slopper to come back for your gang as well. Now, there are some downsides. You have to do guard duty if you fail our D6 roll. At the same time, you have to do the water levies, which means you got to pay this guild D3 times 10 credits after every game. Otherwise, you'll lose the alliance, which is actually not that bad, considering how drawbacks go. So there you guys have it. This is my take on an all Beastmen Venator gang. Like I said in previous videos, the Venators are still the most versatile gang in Necromunda. They are highly customizable and diverse, and the way that they added new classes of abhumans to the list with Ogrins, Beastmen, and Rattlings alongside humans and squats, you can do all kinds of amazing things with this list and make your gang absolutely amazing, depending on the versatile builds that you want to do for this. And of course, if it's also great for proxying, great for 3D printing, great for kit bashing and converting, because Venators could look like anything, and that's a wonderful thing about this gang. That's why I also like the Venator gang so much, because it could potentially be the cheapest gang that you can fill on the tabletop, especially if you have already different miniatures in your collection already. And of course, if you end up using this list, please let me know, because I would love to hear exactly what kind of feedback of how you guys are experiencing with this list. If you guys have any suggestions for some new gang lists that you would like to see, please put them down in the comment box down below. If I like your idea, I'll go ahead and make a video about it. So that's good for this one, you guys. It is me, Commander Cheapskate. It's been amazing sharing with this information with you guys. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out and stay classy.